Good morning. So today it's the Soul Coaching Oracle cards. Let's see what we get for today's coaching tip. This was a really good way to just come up with random coaching ideas, or random topics, if you will. See what we've got for today. And we had acceptance, but we just had acceptance. It just totally ruined my whole, this is a great way to get random tips. We just had that one. And then I dropped the one we got. Haha, surrender. Surrender goes along with acceptance. All is well. I surrender to my inner guidance. Let's see what the guidebook has to say about surrender. Let go and let God. All is well. You don't have to do it all alone. Release negative thoughts about yourself, for your life is divinely guided. Your soul wants you to know that letting go can heal the need to be in control, the stress of unfulfilled expectations, the anguish of demanding how things should be, and the tension of wanting others to act in particular ways. These things constantly lead to disappointment and unhappiness. Although there's a time to hold on as if your life depended on it, there's also a moment to just let go. Now is the time to surrender. Remember that you aren't yielding to a force outside yourself. You're giving in to your soul. By releasing your hold, you're allowing the creative forces of the universe to spiral through you. You're permitting the Creator to give you direction and inspiration. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Help is all around you. Open your heart and let it in. And when I think of surrender, it's more about stability and security and wanting to feel that we have control over our lives. And in some ways we do, but to be honest, in a lot of ways we don't. And trying to hold on to that idea of control can cause a lot of stress and a lot of extra energy expenditure that's going to nothing because we cannot control certain things. We can't control the economy. We can't control the government. We can't control our neighbor. We can only control ourselves and our response to things. So when you actually surrender that need for control, it takes a lot of burden off of you. It takes a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, because truthfully, the only thing we can really control is ourselves. And one of the things that we can do to make that a little bit easier to mentally accept is to know that if we can control our responses, our expectations, our reactions, our thoughts, then we really don't need to control the things around us anyway. Because a big portion of our desire to control is to avoid being hurt, to avoid pain, to avoid damage. It's a very self-preservation type of need for control. But when we release the need to control and accept that we can only control ourselves and put the responsibility where it should be, which is on us, life gets a whole lot easier. Because instead of trying to control like in a romantic relationship, instead of trying to control your partner, accept that you're both two individuals and that if that relationship is meant to be, if the love and the commitment is there, then you're going to act in the best ways to honor each other. And by trusting yourself enough to know that if that doesn't happen, you'll walk away, puts less of a burden on you to feel like, oh my God, my life would end. And it's having stability in yourself and knowing that you're capable of meeting all of your own needs, all of your own desires. Because when you have that stability in yourself, it's easy to surrender the need to control because you realize that no matter what happens around you, you have control of yourself. And trust me, that is the the strongest power you could ever wield is the control of yourself. A, a lot of the manipulation and toxicity and things that happen in interactions with human beings comes from that need to control. Some of it is more of a need to feel powerful, but it's not. When you are trying to control the things around you, you're coming from a place of weakness. You're coming from a place of dependency. And when you release the need to control your environment and focus on controlling, understanding, and being whole in yourself, that is such a good feeling. You talk about flow. You no longer have expectations of those around you. You have expectations of yourself, but not of those around you. And you don't feel like you have to hover over everything and keep track of everything, because everything is not your concern. Not your circus, not your monkeys. And life truly becomes much less stressful when you understand that your responsibility and your ability to control is here. So speaking of surrendering the desire to control, I had a little interruption there with not your circus, not your monkeys, but releasing the things that are outside of your ability to control, which is everything outside of you. It frees you. It's not your responsibility. It's not your burden to carry. Release that. Surrender it to God, source, spirit, higher power, whatever you believe in. Because when we stop trying to put our hands on everything, it gives space for the universe to come in and work their magic. And sometimes the more we try to control things, the more we block our ability to receive the things that we're meant to have. The gifts and the blessings that are trying to come into our lives, because we're so busy running, trying to fix and hold and change, and we miss it. So I hope that helps. I will talk to you soon. Love and light. Hey, would you describe yourself as a people pleaser? Do you have trouble setting boundaries? Do you just feel exhausted from taking care of everything and everyone around you and feel like you always come last? Have you just been kind of going through the day-to-day motions, but you're not really living? There's just no passion, there's no adventure, no fun in your life anymore? Then this is the offer for you. If you'd like to make 2023 the year you become unfuckwithable, and just for fun, I've got the definition here, when you are truly at peace and in touch with yourself and nothing anyone says, does, or thinks can bother you. Meaning that you are so firm in your power and so certain in who you are that no outside influence can deter you from living the life that you truly desire and deserve. And if that sounds like the way you'd like to live, click on the link below to get more information on how you can make 2023 the year you become unfuckwithable and start living the rest of your life as the best of your life.